fans, welcome back to Room 237, and I know I've been kind of short on videos lately. Like last weekend, I think I only did like 2 videos. Got a lot of stuff I want to do, so I'm going to try to make up for that this weekend. We did just hit 800 subs earlier this week, so I'm going to make the new Q&A video, a couple other Patreon reviews, comic reviews. Plenty I want to get to this weekend. I have a 3-day weekend, so I'm going to try to take advantage of that as much as I can. But first, I have another 80s slasher film, and I'll be continuing the marathon of 80 slashers through September, and then I have a new marathon lined up for October. This is another one I found for free on YouTube, and that is 1981's Bloody Moon, which is a strange combination. It's an English language, Spanish, German slasher film. And I think it was made by a German company, but made with Spanish crew and cast speaking English. There's really not much to say about this movie. Normally it's 84 minutes, but the one that's on YouTube is 81 minutes, and I believe it's the same cut that was released on DVD and I think Blu-ray through a Severin Pictures, which is supposedly uncut. And there's this language school in Spain where this group of girls are killed off. You have the subplot of inheritance. There's a disfigured guy. I don't even know where to begin with this one. Okay, so you have this guy, Miguel. Well, actually, first, it was directed by Jesus Franco, who also goes by Jess Franco. He's known for his stylish exploitation B films. Just to see what else he's done. Goes all the way back to 1960. I think a lot of skin flicks as well. Kind of like Herschel Gordon Lewis. Curse of Frankenstein, The Demons, those are all 70s films. It would take me a while. I know in the 80s he did do several horror films. I think he did one called Cannibals, Sadomania, Zombie Lake, Devil Hunter, Cannibal Terror, Mondo Cannibal. Okay, so yeah. And it stars really nobody. Olivia Pascal is probably the biggest name. Hasn't been in anything else I've seen. But okay, so there's this guy named Miguel who he's got this disfigurement, like take a Mike Tyson's tattoo, like where that is, and it's like a disfigurement. It reminds me of like the weird eyebrows that Uma Thurman has as Poison Ivy in Batman and Robin. He tries to have sex with this woman by wearing a mask, pretending to be her boyfriend. When she realizes it's him, he stabs her with scissors. He gets put in this institution for 5 years. Then he gets out, and he has like this incestuous relationship with his sister, who is seeing a Spanish language teacher. And there's some sort of plot with inheritance, like their aunt. They have a invalid aunt, which she dies in a very silly way, with like a torch like comes right up against her. It's like superimposed over her, it cuts away very quickly, which makes me think that it's not the uncut version. The famous radial saw decapitation seems to be fully intact, and that actually did have a very decent effect. One thing I gotta mention about this film, though, I know this review is all over the place, so I just don't know where to begin with this. The dubbing is terrible. I know when looking at European films, especially Italian, they shoot the video first and then dub the audio later. Here, though, and a lot of times it's pretty seamless. You either can't tell or you get used to it. Here, it is just beyond, like, they didn't even try to match it up. The dubbing and syncing is very off. And then it just follows. When Miguel takes the train ride from the institute to the school to meet up with his sister, he comes across this woman named Angela. And he sort of stalks her throughout the whole film. Angela, I guess, is our lead. And really, it's just her group of friends are killed off. We're meant to believe it's that guy Miguel, who it does hint that he's in love with his sister Manuela. She's seeing the Spanish teacher, and really the subplot goes nowhere. It doesn't really, like the whole thing about inheritance, because the aunt is also a countess. The kills are so spread out, and the movie just is not, there's not really any story to help pull you along, which is why I'm willing to bet this review will suck, because I don't even know what to say about it. It's pretty sleazy. I mean, one girl gets stabbed through the back, but we see, and she's topless, we see the side view, and the blade comes out through her breast, even her nipple is done in like a kind of like a silhouette. But yeah, it goes right through her tit and through her nipple. And so yeah, there's that. And then there's the famous decapitation scene where this one friend is lured away and tied to this thing. It looks like an abandoned construction site, and pushed towards the saw, gets her head cut off. The prosthetic head actually looks quite well done. I mean, you would almost swear the budget for the whole film went into that. You do get to see a young child get killed, because there's this young boy who sees her walking away with this guy, this masked dude, who's the killer. Then he sees her getting pushed towards the saw. He turns the thing off, runs away. Killer turns it back on, and then runs him over with his car. And the screenplay was written by Eric Tomek. And it's like, there's even one scene where this one girl is pretending to have sex, like bouncing on the bed, making noises, so that the group of girls think she's having sex, but they catch her faking it. I don't know what that's all about. I tried watching this movie last weekend. I kept falling asleep. I was very busy last weekend, so I was tired. This was not catching my attention. Then at the end, you find out, okay, the Spanish teacher's been killing the whole time. And as some sort of scheme that he's doing with the sister Manuela, they were going to pin it all on Miguel. And yeah, I apologize if this review sucks. There's really not much to say about it. The gore effects, when they are there, they do work. Like, Miguel keeps stalking this Angela girl. She recognizes him because of his disfigurement. She stabs him through the neck with like an ice pick or something. Think he's dead, but then he comes back and he kills his own sister after figuring out they were gonna pin the murders on him. And then the movie just ends. It ends with he finally collapses and it looks like he's holding his sister's hand. But yeah, I don't... And it shows the girls in their Spanish language class, and, you know, the teacher puts, like, threatening messages in the audio tape of Angela. And it's not a very well-written movie. I don't even really know what else to say about it. It wasn't received well when it came out. Someone even... Tim Lucas, whoever that is, described the film, quote, compares well to the shoddiness of American examples of the same period, such as Prom Night, Bloody Birthday, and Friday the 13th. I don't know about that. Compares well? In the deaths, maybe, but there really isn't much of a story here. Because like I said, the subplot with why Manuela wants everyone killed and pin it on Miguel, including her aunt, and with the inheritance, it goes nowhere. So you're pretty much just following this group of girls taking this Spanish language class and seeing them killed off. I do believe there's one real animal death in this. Manuela has some snakes, and she realizes that one is missing. And there's this one guy, Antonio, who, whoever he is, Angela believes he's the killer at one point. He has garden shears, and the Manuela's snake is hanging. He cuts the head off. And the camera pans down. You see the snake's head, little stump of a neck, and it's still kind of moving. So I think that was real. I don't know. I found myself checking out a lot during this. I think it was because I tried to watch it a number of times last weekend. I think I was just eager to get it over, but yeah, there's not much to say. I mean, even at the end, when you have a death with, I don't know what it's called, I guess a chainsaw. Like, the guy gets it across here, and it is that bright red paint-looking European fake blood. But when the girl's decapitated by the radial saw, I mean, the head looks great. It sprays blood everywhere. But the story, the acting, the dubbing and syncing is very poor. But it's got plenty of sleaze, and when the gore effects are there, they do work. It's just a boring movie that has these subplots that go nowhere. But yeah, that's 1981's Bloody Moon. A lot of times, if I go like a week without making a video, I kind of get out of my groove, and it's hard for me to gain my momentum back, so could be that as well. I'm sorry this video sucked, but yeah, that's 81's Bloody Moon. Thank you for watching.